And 3, 2, 1. Hey, 1, 2, 3. Okay, lights, camera, action. Marks on the set. Take one. Juice. Welcome again. We back on the track. We got Mark in the motherfucking shark in the motherfucking building. Excuse my motherfucking language, right? Ellie's still here with us. We're gonna get a little bit of his side, where he comes from, what he's been doing in the sales organization. Remember, I'm King Kevin Clark. This is King Talk. Everything goes right here. We want to hear the real rap raw, where you come from. It's all about sales. It's all about the grind. It's all about the mother hustle. All right? Whew. Welcome. Mark the Shark.
Yep.
Boy, I don't even want to talk about how you got that nickname, because it just started like that.
I know.
But tell us, man, who are you? Where you from?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, my name's Mark, man. I'm 31 years old. I'm from the east side of Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay.
And yeah, man. So pretty much how it happened is I grew up with no father figure in my life. My mom's out there doing the most, you know. And from a very young age, I always seek father figures from the wrong type of people.
Right.
So what I thought about when I was younger was, like, I looked up, my role models were the people that, like, I wanted to go to prison. Like, that's something that, like, I wanted to do when I was younger. That's what I looked up to, and that's what I wanted to be.
Yeah.
You know? So what ends up happening is, man, it's just a very, very, very dark place, man.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I don't wish that upon my worst enemy.
Yeah, you talking about the beginning of your life, or what?
Just man, just like when I was younger, I just remember like, so I got this real close connection with all my friends, right?
Yeah.
And from a young age, you know, like, my friends were my family more than my own family.
Yeah.
You get me? So what ends up happening is, I remember one day, and I'll never forget this. It was Christmas. It was Christmas. My mom was like, "Oh, you're gonna spend Christmas with your family," and I was like, "I'm gonna spend Christmas with my family out here."
Yeah.
You know, so that's pretty much what was going on, man. Like, I was out there running the streets at a very, very young age, and I was doing stuff that I shouldn't have been doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I know that, man. I know exactly where you're coming from. I can have somewhat of a similar story, but how does that impact your life and where you are today?
Well, it turned me into a man.
Yeah.
You know, it turned me into a man, because it's like everything that I learned out there in the trenches.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't learn it from mama and dada.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
Never.
So when did you first move out? When were you on your own? When you were with your parents?
Well, the thing is like, so what ends up happening is, I was when I was younger, I did a lot of running around the streets, and we bounced from house to house, you know, and and pretty much what ended up happening is, I went from like a three bedroom house to a 1 bedroom, 1 bath little studio weekly.
Yeah.
You know, and that's just where it all started.
Yeah. Okay. So at a young age, you was already in the hustler mentality, hustler mindset.
Yeah.
Got to get it for yourself type of mindset.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom told me, I remember, my mom didn't tell me go get a job, get a license, get a car, none of that bullshit. My mom told me, you better get out there and get it.
Yeah, okay, I get it, man. And that's impactful, especially when you start at a young age and you already got that mindset. It's turning you into I gotta go get it and I gotta go grind and it's all on me type of mindset. That's cool. That's pretty cool, man. So how does that drive you and how did that get you into sales and what you're doing?
So pretty much what ended up happening is, so long story short, right? So I had a very dark past, and I ended up doing the transfer, you know, into begging to go to rehab. You know, for a long time, I always thought like Las Vegas was my problem, right?
Okay,
So I tried to like do all these transfers to like Arizona, to Utah, to Wyoming, you know, and my story is that you put me in a new place, and I don't know where it's at, and I don't know how to grind out there yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure it out,
right?
And that's what ends up happening every single time.
That's a true hustler mindset, man. I mean, everybody I basically know lives and thinks like that, right? We gotta figure the area out wherever we're at, and we gotta go fucking get it every step of the way. Okay, so obviously you got the hustler mindset, young and started young. What was your first sales job? What'd you do first?
My first sales job was it was a company called Take a Break Travel Club.
Okay,
and,
Take a Break Travel Club.
Yeah, and it was timeshare, right? And the thing about it, real hard hustlers. You know, I'm talking about no every day. You know, not you know, a couple times a day. I'm talking about 100 times a day.
So were you working the strip? Were you working in the casino?
I was working at the New York casino.
Okay.
And so what ends up happening is I get this opportunity, right? Because I used to be the first job that I got was recycling through trash, right? Recycling through trash for $9 an hour, busting my ass, you know, hard. $300, $315 a week, you know, and 150 of that had to go straight to the sober living house. So the thing is like I started learning how to manage my money very well. Okay. You know, in the very beginning of my recovery. So long story short, I did that until I graduated this program called Justice Drug Court, and then by the time that was done, I went into a industry. It was a construction flagger. Right? Okay. So I come from hustle, right? I was a brick, block, rock, granite, stucco, concrete. I was top to bottom, remodel, everything. So oh yeah. So that was my first job. My first job was like, I met my grandpa for the very first time, and he had, the very next day we was out in Arizona picking rocks, throwing rocks down a hill, loading them into the truck, and then stacking them into a wall in his backyard. So I learned real quick how to hustle, right? And then what ends up happening is I get into a construction outfit with my uncle, and I was a block wall hot carrier. And it's like all hustle, like mud, blocks, cuts, stacks, setting up, tearing down, you know? And so we learned the hustle on the job site a long time ago before I learned anything about sales.
Boy, I tell you, that's real hard work. Hard on the body, completely different than what you're doing today, but translates all that hard work, discipline, consistency, everything you had to do there right into the same thing, right? Absolutely. Learned it young. How old were you doing when you were doing that?
I was like 23, 24.
You're hold down?
31.
31. Okay, so you're 31 now. Okay, cool. First job. What'd you do after that? You did the timeshare thing, you liked it?
Yeah, so long story short, so what ends up happening is I was a construction flagger, and I was fighting for hours, and I was working 6 days a week, 60 hours a week. Ooh. So it was like, so the good thing is like in certain jobs, right? You have to fight for hours. You have to fight for hours. Absolutely. Like we was going ham over each other to get these hours so we could, you know, have money in your bank account.
100%,
right? So what ends up happening is I did the construction flagger, and then I transferred over to sales. And I had one of my boys, right? And he's like a timeshare goat, you know. And he was like, "Bro, you'll be so good. I need you over here, you know." He was just like, "Please come over here." And I was like, "You know, what do I have to lose? I'm out in 115-degree weather, holding a sign, you know, holding a flagger sign." So I was like, "Let me give it a shot."
Right.
You know.
Wow. That's literally how it happened.
Yeah, that's how all the magic started happening.
How long? And you did timeshare for how long?
For a year. So what ends up happening is they put me on this time. So they put you in a two-piece suit. You get you know, and they drop you on the casino floor, and they're like, "Get it."
Shock.
I'm talking about looking for couples, looking for wedding rings, couples, how many days you gonna be in town, and grabbing them and transferring them over to the OPC booth where they book them and take them on a timeshare tour. Wow. So what I was doing is a lot of people already know timeshare is, you know, they call it we call it time scare. People get, right when they find out it's timeshare, so we're still convincing these people on their vacation to go do our presentation that's going to take, you know, 3 to 5 hours sometimes. And we're still talking them into doing this.
Okay, I love timeshare. I mean, sometimes as a customer you think you're getting this free trip, right? So I was like, okay, I get a free trip. I take a quick tour, they give me a $100 gift card, right? And everything's great. So I love the concept of it, but to hear the back what's really working in the back is like, wow, okay.
Yeah, so what ends up happening is they put me on the casino floor, and I'm talking about with no job experience at all. And they put me against their top guy. It was their top greeter, right? And first day on the job site, smacked him.
Yeah.
Second day on the job site, because they were like, "Oh, this is just a fluke. Let me show you. Let's put them against them again."
And you
Second day, smacked them.
How many deals did you do?
You know, I did 5 deals the first day.
Woo.
4 deals the second day.
Woo.
You know, but and then right there it was like, right there it was like, I was trying. See, I get into these companies, right, and it's like I want to build my name. Like I don't care about starting straight to where I'm gonna make the boatload of cash. Right. Like I'm more like get it out the mud type guy.
Yeah.
Like I like the grit. I like the grind. I like the hustle to create the person that I am today.
Come on, who out there can relate to that type of mindset? Right? Because like I said earlier when we had a conversation, it was off camera, right? Not a lot of people come from that background where it was given to them. It was a silver spoon handed in their mouth, so it was already set up for them in essence to go get it. You were in the mud when you got it, so that's where you go back to go get it at. Wow, start from the bottom up, don't care about titles, positions, you want to make a name for yourself. And you're gonna go hustle and do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So in the last company, I'm pretty sure you were number 1, or how'd you do over there?
I mean, the last company that I had, I would say, to me, I'm number 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
To me, I'm number 1, right? But the thing is this company, they had a lot of favoritism, right? So it's like people who's been there for years, of course, you're going to get the best shift, and on the best shift, you're going to produce the best. Right. Like they hand you to the easy laydowns. First thing in the morning, grab them, go them, get you some show tickets and same day. And what was happening is like I was fighting for these good shifts, and they just kept bumping me back. They kept bumping me back, and then I was like, so I got to the point where I was like, I was fed up, right? Because I know my talent. I know my talent, right? And I'm not gonna, if it's wrong, I'm not gonna tell you it's right. Period. I don't care if you're my mama, my daddy, my 2 little sisters, my best friend. Like if it's wrong, I'm not gonna tell you it's right. So I got to the point where it was like I was done. I was done, right?
Okay. And is that where you met Brandon? Again, you talking about Brandon. Man, this guy is a beast.
Yeah.
Great leader, great mentor.
Yeah, great mentor, man. I love Brandon Castro.
Shout out Brandon.
Shout out Brandon. Completely helped me change my life, man. And the thing about Brandon is leader. Great leader. And this is how I feel. My mentor is the best. Nobody's touching my mentor, right? But the thing is so what ends up happening is I go on this trip, right? I go on to this trip with Brandon, and right there after the whole trip, took us out to jet skis, took us out to the casino, bought us a room, and all and he was already chirping in my ear about, hey man, get over here.
For the solar, right?
Yep. So what ends up happening is he takes me on this trip, and at the end of the trip, he tells me, he said, this is all because of solar. I'm sold. I was like, sign me up.
Woo!
Sign me up, coach.
Put me in the game, coach.
Put me in the game.
That's what's up. Wow, so that was your transition into solar. So that brings us to present day, somewhat similar. You've been doing solar for how long now?
Since October.
Not
even a year
of
yet.
2020. Okay. This guy's been doing solar in 2020. Since 2020, I've been doing it 10 years and haven't been able to set the records that this guy has set because of his hustle, his hard work, his determination, where he comes from, and how he uses all of that to drive him forward, but not only just himself, but others around him. And that's the type of energy that you have. That's the type of, that you create that. And I love that about you, man. So tell us what's going on right now in your life with what you're doing with solar, because you set some pretty big records. You came in here, you made some headway, and you made your name known in this company that you're working for based on all the hard work you're doing, right?
Absolutely.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, so I work for a company called Legacy Power.
Woo, let's go.
And I love my company, right?
Yeah.
And I remember when I first started, I want to let you know one thing straight up, right in the very beginning.
Right.
I am not one of the smartest guys in this at all. Like education level, like 6th grade level, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not I'm a hard worker when I work, but I'm not one of the hardest workers in the company, right? But when I get out there, bro, I have that hungry dog mentality.
Woo! I like it, yeah. I was gonna keep pumping that up. I thought you asked some more for it. But that's right. I honestly, since the first day that I met you in the office, right, I could tell by the look in your eyes and when you told me your story and where you came from, what I like to say, what comes from the heart reaches the heart, but I felt that vibe and that energy off you. I said, you were going to do everything you say you're going to do. I have 100% confidence in it. And you've done that and then some, right? And you're not done yet. Really, I feel like this is just the beginning for you. What kind of records have you been setting?
I mean, so I set a record, 5 deals in one day, and then what ends up happening, right? So like I get these 5 deals in one day,
yeah,
and before that, my best day was 2 deals in one day,
yeah,
right? So it's like right when I got 3, I was pumped, I was juiced, I was like, yeah, like let's do this,
yeah.
right? Got 4, got 5, right?
Yeah.
So and this is the way that I look at it with sales, like, right? Like, it's not my deals. These are not my deals, right?
Yeah.
These are God's deals.
Yeah.
You know, I can't take credit for anything that's coming out of my mouth today.
Come on, preach.
Like nothing, right?
Preach.
Because I'm the dude that used to piss in a milk jug and sleep in the desert and shit in a bag that used to be up in the desert, man.
Yeah.
And I've been pitching my whole life, right?
Yeah.
So I'm out on the street corners and I'm pitching, where's it at? Who's got it? Da 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 da.
Right.
I'm the guy at the gas station that you're like, oh my God, he's still here. Yeah, that's me, right?
Yeah.
That's me. But the thing about it is like pitching. Hey man, can you help me out a little change? Hey man, can you I'm trying to get on the bus, my girlfriend. So I have all these maneuvers where I know how to move, right?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing in every sales job that I've been into.
Yeah.
Like, you got to know when to go in, you got to know when to go out, you got to know when to flip the script, you know? And the thing is like, so I told myself when I started this job in the beginning of January, right? So my first 3 months in solar, I was not no top producer or anything like that. Like but the thing is I trust the process.
Come on.
Right? Like, I trust the process. Like, did I think that I was gonna be some top guy or build some name here? No, I didn't, right? But the thing is like, I'm gonna keep grinding.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep hustling and I'm gonna keep eating, right?
Yeah.
Because the money's so good, why would I not keep eating this pie, right? Like, I don't know what I have no clue what's about to happen tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
I live just for today, and I'm gonna eat, right? And the thing is like, so like I said, man, I didn't have no idea. So my first 3 months of solar, right? So I got a couple deals my first month, right? Got a deal or two my second month, and the next month it was in December, and I got 1 deal, right? And my head was telling me like, oh, maybe this isn't for you, maybe da. So in the beginning of this year, right, this is what I said. I said I want to be one of the top setters. Period. You know, I want to make a certain amount of money. Period. I want to buy a car. Period. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and I want to live a good life, right? Like I'm the perfect example is it doesn't matter how far you went down, and it does not matter what's going on in your life. Like, we all struggle, right? We all struggle. Everybody watching this video, man, you've had some dark times in your life, right? But my dark times are straight at the bottom of the pit, right? Like, I come from where there's lightning getting struck. Like, you might have a little black cloud around you. I come from that brown cloud with lightning striking, you know, where you're playing with fire, waking up in bathrooms, waking up with guns pointed at you from the police. Like, why are you doing here? Waking up in abandoned houses, waking up in situations where it's like, how did I get here, right? So I was 27 years old, man, and I was looking at myself in the mirror, and I was like, man, how did it get this bad, right? Like, how did it get this bad, right? But the thing is, when I translated into going into rehab, and I heard the first testimony, and I heard somebody's story, and I knew right there I had a purpose. I knew right there. I was like, look, that's your story. I got a way crazier story. Now let me build my story, right? And that's what I'm still trying to do today. So I'm a very hard worker, and I don't let that shit get to my head, right? Like, I produce cool numbers, but I want more. Like, I'm not okay with where I'm at today. I'm still trying to go higher. You know, I haven't even been knocking doors for a year yet. You know what I'm saying?
I love how you talked about, because that was great, everything you said about trusting the process. Right, because it all brought you to your purpose, right? And even we'll start with, I kind of brought it up. You talked about recovery and how you had to trust that process. right? You were going through
Still
certain
do.
things in your life, you still do, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and you
Every day.
trusted the process, you're still trusting the process, and you know the end result is exactly what you're looking for. Same thing, the transition into solar, is you had to trust the process. You know that these people are making this amount of money, you know that if you put the hard work and dedication in, it's possible. But without trusting the process is one thing. I talk about marrying the process, which we'll talk about in another show. But getting married to that process, not only trusting it, it's just like a relationship. Anything you get into, a job, an opportunity, or a friendship, it's a relationship, right? So not only gotta trust you, but I want to be married to you so that through the highs and the lows, right? That's what marriage is. I'm not breaking up. I'm not divorcing. I'm not getting rid of this, right? I know that this process works, and I plan on spending the rest of my life going through the process because I trust it. Right, and so I think that's humongous in what you said, and I love that, man. Tell us a little bit more. So you're setting a record. You came from a dark place. You're here now. You've used all that to drive you to where you are today, right? What's next for you, man?
You know, what's next for me, man, is you know, like, so I've never had like my own spot, right?
Yeah.
Like I barely just recently got my own apartment, you know, and the thing is like I want to buy a house, you know, and I want to start a family. Like my dad was never in my life, so I have a great partner right now, and it's like, and I want to have a family. Like I want to just do everything that, you know, I never thought I'd be able to do.
Absolutely.
Because for a long time I thought I was gonna die with a needle in my arm. You know, and I was okay with that for a long time. I was perfectly okay. Like, so a lot of people they hit me up and they want to know the magic sauce, and they want to know the remedy, and they want to know how do you do this, how do you put up these numbers and everything, especially as a setter. You know, last month I got 19 deals as a setter. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. But it's like, I want 19 more deals. You know, I want, but the thing is like, so I don't have no magic sauce for you guys. All I have is my experience, strength, and hope, right? Like this is my story. This is what I went through. And now maybe you could understand a little bit why.
That's beautiful, dog. That is truth. And I honestly, like I told you when I first met you to today, everything I believe you say you're going to do, you're going to go attain it. Right? Because nothing's standing in front of you but you, and you are not the problem. You're going to get through that, and you've done it in your life before. You can continue to do it. I'm super excited to see where your journey continues to take you, man. I'm glad to be a part of the chapters you've allowed me to be a part, just even be a character in it, right? Because your energy is one of a different nature, and so is mine. It's a pleasure, to be around that type of energy where it's all about growth and getting to the next level, and whatever that next level is for you, we're in that same like-minded type environment, right? And this is how you grow, right? When you're around like-minded people. A mentor once told me, he said, show me the 5 people you hang around the most, and I'll show you your future. And I didn't know what that meant, honestly. I kind of took offense, because a couple guys that I was hanging around at the time, you know, they weren't really doing shit. Excuse my language. You gotta be honest, smoking weed every day, hanging out, not really doing nothing, but I was the go-getter. I was the hungry one. I was the one that said, let's go get it every single day. And I would drive them and motivate them. And I said, wherever I'm going, I'm taking you with me, right? That's what I would say. And I still didn't understand it. But the more that I began to hang around him, and he happened to be a millionaire, and he had millionaire friends, you know what I mean? I began to see a different way people thought, right? A different thought pattern. He was the guy that I was hanging out every day. He smoked weed every day. He was negative, always negative Nancy, always hated life. Hanging around them, they love life. And I'm like, yeah, I love life too. Yeah, I want to be a millionaire too. And they trying to transition my mindset into, I need to get around like-minded people, right? Not that I forget my friends that I love and care about. I still love and care about you. I just got to get around a different group of people that's motivated, that's trying to grow, and I'm still going to love you and care about you just like I would anybody else, but I got to get in a better environment for growth, right? And so to meet you and to see to have this opportunity together is absolutely phenomenal, man. I just wanted to say that. But on a high note, what could you leave America with, the people that's watching, maybe not even in America, any lady and gentleman, anybody out there right now that has gone through the struggle, hasn't really had much in life, is down now, right? Wherever they're in their space is up now, right? Because you get people that reach out to you from every form or fashion, right? What could you give to the people, man, to help them motivate them?
man, just never give up, bro.
Never give up.
Never give up, you know. Never give up. It doesn't matter how far you go down.
Yeah.
Like, and the main reason why I do what I do is because I want to be that beacon of hope.
Come
you
on.
know, I want somebody to understand. You know, like there was a time where my uncle wasn't proud of me, my sisters hated me, my dad hated me, my you know, and maybe my dad didn't hate me, but I was not the good role model. You know, I get to be a role model to my 2 little sisters today. I get to help my mom. I get to help my family. I get to suit up, show up. I get to hop on planes and go to other states, man. Like I get to live life how I deserve to live life today. You know, like I have no worries today. You know, I have no worries today, and I just want all the people to understand, man. It's like if this guy can do it, like if this guy can do it, anybody can do it. I was the homeless bum flying a hungry sign on the freeway, walking up and down and up and down and up and down. And the thing is like getting told no on a door, that ain't nothing.
Come on.
That's easy.
Yeah.
You know, get told no when you're trying to reach a certain dollar amount and you've been getting told no for the last 2-3 hours. Like that's hard.
Yeah.
When you need this.
Yeah.
I need this right now.
Yeah.
You know? And so I just want to be the perfect example that, man, that if Mark can do it, anybody else can do it. And I'm always going to lead from the front. I'm always going to keep doing what I'm doing. And I'm always going to be there for my people, you know, and I love my life today.
Ooh, you see where he got the shark from, boy. I'm telling you. Now I know you guys were checking the headline of this video, and you said straight from the tent. Straight from the tent. We haven't really talked about it yet. You know, kind of a little bit of his story. But what is the whole straight from the tent thing? How do you represent? What is it about?
It's straight out the tent.
Straight out the tent. Okay.
Straight out the tent. And the thing is like, you know, so what ends up happening, man, is like I said, I was living at this trailer park with my mom in North Las Vegas, right? And we got kicked out of the trailer park, and my mom went one way onto the streets and I went onto the other way, right? So I started breaking into abandoned houses and I started sleeping in people's closets, like sitting up like this, and what ended up happening is like I used to dig through dumpsters, right? Like I was stuck on these dumpsters, man. I used to dive into dumpsters and cluck through stuff and be stuck on stupid, right?
Right.
So I ended up finding a tent and the dumpster, right? And I found that tent, and what ended up happening is I pitched the tent. And when I pitched that tent, I didn't think that I was gonna live in that motherfucker for a year, right? Like that was the last place that I thought. Like I just pitched the tent because I was tired and I needed. So long story short, what ends up happening, man, is I had the tent set up on these apartments in North Las Vegas over there off Craig and Lamb, and my boy was like, "You can't be over here no more." So I literally took my tent and I walked like maybe 20, 30, 40 steps up the road and set that motherfucker up right in the desert. And that is where I live.
Wow.
You know? And I lived there, and it was hot, and it was 115 at 2 a.m. sweating, and it was not fun, but it's what built me into the man I am today. You know, people get tents and they go camping with their families out in the woods. They don't live in them, you know, and I lived in one for a whole year, and I would get up and I'd unzip it and I would just go. And I'd get the bag, you know, and it was a little itty bitty bag. And now I'm chasing the big giant bag. You know
This guy is a beast, man. And that's where you get it, where we talk about anything is possible, right? And how sometimes, you know, we get tired, we get lazy, we complain about our life and the roof's over our head, and I don't got this and I don't got that. But there's others out there that got less than you, right? And even in a sales organization, right? We get lazy. We want to take days off. You know what I mean? We get ungrateful for what we have, but realizing that there's people that come from different organizations, different spaces in their life, and it doesn't matter where you come from, right? It matters where you're going and what you're willing to do to get there, right? Because everything you've learned in the process of your life is transitioned into this moment today. It weren't losses, baby. They were learning lessons, right? And you took those learning lessons and you learned from it and you grew from it and you learned from it. You said, well, I could just transition from holding this sign to just talking now, holding this paper and telling you about solar, and it works. This guy's not out here scamming. He's out there hustling. He's out there grinding. He learned solar within a couple months. He's mastering it still, right? He finally got it down, started with 1 deal, 2 deals, made a name for himself in an organization where now he's doing 5 deals a day, setting company records, making way over close to up and going into 6 figures. I don't know exactly what the bank account holds right now, but he's on his way to 6 figures. And we got people that don't come from this background or from this history doing the exact same thing. So I love the fact that straight out the tent, baby, and that's the hashtag, baby, straight out the tent. Please, 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 the link is in the bio. Make sure you follow this guy's Instagram, Facebook, everything. Follow his journey, follow his story. He's got a great one to tell, and it's not over yet. We're only in about the 5th or 6th chapter of his book, and he got a lot of chapters right? A lot of them to go. And I'm excited to be a part. I'm excited to have you here. This is just the beginning. We're definitely going to have Mark back on the show. We're going to take a trip back down to where he was from, right? Straight to where the tent was posted at, show you guys the whole journey so you guys can really get in tune with what's going on. Because let me tell you something. When we talk about anything is possible, we're not just saying it.
Absolutely.
We mean it, right? And it's not by just our words. It's by action. Right? People coming from different creeds, different backgrounds, coming into a sales organization and being able to make a name for themselves, and it didn't matter where he came from, right? He put the hard work in, the dedication in to learn the industry, and now he's just getting started. He hasn't been in solar a year yet, and he's already on his way to making 6 figures as a lead generator. I want to say big ups to you, Mark. You're doing a great thing. Big ups to the people that are around you, your mentors, the people that are close to you, like Ellie, that you hold close, your organization, your it's not a rehab, but what's it called? It's a recovery, right?
Yeah, recovery.
The recovery. You want to give them a shout out?
12 steps.
12
recovery,
steps.
Okay. Yep. Love all my sponsees. I love all my people over there. And another big thing that was like one of the biggest gifts. I used to be on the streets. I used to ride a bike, and it's like I just bought a brand new whip. Woo! I got more money in my bank account. I don't even know what to do with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm investing my money in crypto.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
But man, and I'm not gonna stop.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, if I be a hungry dog, man.
Yeah.
Be a hungry dog, because I'm starving, right?
Yeah.
Because I come from that lifestyle where I'm talking about starving, really starving, not this. This is so easy and so good, but I gotta remain humble and I gotta remain grateful.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Anybody that knows me, you come up to me, man. I'm not cocky. I'm not an asshole. I'm a very grateful guy, and I'm a lover, and it's a big difference, from where I come from, man, being a fighter and surviving skills, So I'm super grateful to be on the show, man. I remember the first time I met you, man, you told me that I was gonna be a beast, and and I let my action show that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell me you're gonna be a beast, but it's like if I don't put in the footwork and if I don't go out there and get it, like I'm grateful that I've created my name, especially as the straight out the mud grind. When you're out there, all I do is knock doors. All I do is knock doors. I'm not no closer yet. But the thing is like all I do is knock doors and go out there and grind every single day. And sometimes I don't grind every single day, but when I'm out there, boy, door boot camp. Let's go. Let's go.
We love it, man. We appreciate having you on the show. And this is King Talk, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna tune out this session. Stay tuned. We're gonna have a couple more clips coming to you real soon. You actually get to see the full story of Mark, see his car, see where he came from in the trenches. Man, it's beautiful. I want to say thank you to all the audience today for listening. Again, we tuning in. This is King Kevin Clark, Mark the Shark, baby, and we out in this motherfucker, baby. Game time, juice.